What's up everybody, Super fan here for another car review. This is of course the 2015 Chevrolet Colorado. Huge thanks to Chevrolet for providing me with this very nice press car to review for you guys today. So about the Chevy Colorado, well this is the Z71 crew cab edition, and it's a very cool looking truck. I love the way they restyled them here for 2015. Brand new truck of course, and just the way that the front end is so bold and it's a very good looking truck. I don't know what else to say. It's the right proportions, just very handsome looking, has the nice fender flares here in the front and in the rear. And this is also called Red Hot is the paint color, and that is quite appropriate. This thing pops, and it actually turns some heads too. It's a very good looking truck. Whereas for the interior of the 2015 Chevrolet Colorado, it's a very nice place to be. So first things first, you sit down in these seats, and this being the Z71 package, this is a much nicer interior, but it has these leatherette sides to the seats, and in the center is this rough and grippy cloth, and so they really hold you in place very, very well and gives you that rough and tough kind of vibe from this interior. And the leatherette though is very soft and supple, and so it's a nice mix of the two. It's very luxurious but very rough at the same time. Next is the steering wheel, which is nicely leather wrapped as well, and very familiar. If you are familiar with Chevrolet interiors, this will feel like home to you. So everything is very easy to use here. The steering wheel buttons, and it's a nice shaped wheel, and it has an old 10 and 2 notches, good 9 and 3 grip, and overall very nice wheel. Next is the gauges in this truck, which are very simple, straightforward, and very easy to read. Nothing crazy, but they get the job done. You have a nice little screen there in the middle that gives you some information, a digital speedometer, things like that, and very nice set of gauges. Come along to the center of the dashboard here. It's all very nice. So once again, this one has some features and options on it that you don't get on the base ones, but you have this 8-inch color touchscreen that's very nice. It's the Chevy MyLink that they have in all the other Chevys, and it's a very nice system, very easy to use, very crisp screen graphics, and the resolution is very high, and a very nice thing to use. It has, this one even has navigation, nice maps, but it'll even do the weather for you. It'll read out your text messages, all kinds of cool stuff with that. And so it's also a very nice screen for the standard backup camera that you get on all Colorados, and so that's nice to have as well. And all the knobs and stuff have a nice resistance to them. Very nice setup. And then coming down to the climate controls here, I love the way Chevy does the climate control knobs, because the knobs have the fan speed display and also the temperature display within the actual knob, which is just such a sleek way to package that. Really like that a lot. And you have the basic buttons, and that's it. Coming down to this here, you can see they didn't waste any space really. You have the toggles here for trailer hitching, and I even have hill descent control, and there's a button here to turn on the light for the tailgate in the back if you're having a party or whatever. Very cool to have that, and you have your heated seat controls. But there is so much storage space in this car. It's amazing. I mean, I guess being a truck, that's to be expected, but it's really, there's just so many cubbies and stuff everywhere. So I'll go about listing those very briefly. While we're down here looking at this, you can see a little coin tray or something next to the heated seat controls. You have this very large cubby here that also contains one of your USB ports and also an auxiliary jack and a power outlet, very deep. And then you have your 2 cup holders. You have this little cubby here in front of the center armrest. Then you have the center armrest, which is enormous. You could probably fit 2 quarts of milk in there if you wanted. There's also another USB jack in there, and very cavernous and enormous storage space there. This center armrest though, it is on the harder side. It's kind of firm, a little bit rubberized, and that makes it a little bit softer, but I wish that was padded a little bit more. Also on the doors here, you have like 3 tiers of storage. So you have a little standard coin holder here, whatever, next to the window controls. You have a little map pocket or something here, and then you have a bottle holder, and then you have another map pocket down here. So like I said, storage galore, and it doesn't end there. Going to the back seat, which by the way is very roomy. Me sitting behind myself, I still have probably 4 inches of leg room, lots and lots of headroom, and a very spacious back seat, by the way. But in addition to that storage space back there, you have a little cubby. You have 2 more USB jacks back there, and you also have 2 cup holders in the fold down armrest there in the middle. And then there's a cool little party trick where you can flip up that back seat, and there's all kinds of extra storage there as well. So, and that's in addition, of course, to the enormous cargo bed, which is the last bit of storage I'll talk about. This is the short box, so it's the shorter bed, but still plenty of room to put all kinds of stuff in there. And also other cool features. There's a little step there within the rear bumper integrated in nicely, so you can hop up into the bed very easily. There's little handles, grab handles as well on the sides of the bed, and also the way the tailgate falls down, it's a slow release, so it doesn't just drop down abruptly. Just nice little features. You know, they really thought out this truck nicely, and I think they included all the stuff that people are really going to enjoy and appreciate on a daily basis. Alright, so let's start up and go for a drive. Basic key here, but you also have a very nice fob with the lock and unlock, and it also has the remote start capabilities as well. So you just slip it in and start it right up. Alright, so setting off in the 2015 Chevrolet Colorado. So, obviously, being a truck, first thing you notice is you're sitting up very high, and so you have a very commanding view of the road, and it actually feels good, though. It's not like, you know, some trucks are so large, it's almost intimidating to drive them. This one is definitely not the case. It's very manageable still. The hood sits fairly low, so you're not peering out over a hood. It drops down nicely. So you have a very good view forward and very good side visibility here. You do have a B-pillar, it gets in your way a little bit, but you, of course, have the rear windows there, so I mean the blind spot isn't too bad. With your mirrors properly configured, you won't have an issue. But I mean, on this slightly bumpy road, this park road isn't too bad here, but it absorbs bumps very nicely. And you know, it's one thing that I noticed immediately when I first started driving this truck is it's very refined. You don't hear anything going on outside, and it's really impressive. Alright, so this being a truck, I'm not going to accelerate like I do in the performance cars that I review, but let's turn onto this back road here and just see how it drives. Good and healthy performance here. So again, nothing that'll take your breath away, but this is actually the class leading power plant. So this is a 3.5 liter V6 engine that's putting out 305 horsepower and 269 pounds-feet of torque. And like I said, that's plenty to get this thing up and going. It's, you know, a little over 4,000 pounds, so I mean, not a super heavy truck either. And you know, it feels really good. Of course, it's not a performance car, but it's plenty of power to, you know, get you where you need to go and get there in a jiffy if you need to. So, but yeah, we're going around some corners here, and you know, it feels pretty good actually. I have to say, you know, normally trucks, there's a good amount of body roll and stuff. This feels really buttoned down and very tight feeling, and it feels really good. It feels better than any truck I think that I've ever driven, actually, to be really honest. It's very nice feeling. The pedals are all very precise and very short travel, so you know, there's no vagueness in the brake pedal or anything. Steering is very direct, precise actually, and has a really nice weight to it. It's really just about perfect. Let's see about another little acceleration again. Yeah, I mean, it gets up and goes, quick throttle response, and boom, it just goes and it goes. So yeah, it's plenty of power, I gotta say. It's very good. And this is the upper engine. You can also get a 4-cylinder if you're trying to save a little bit more on gas, but this V6 is a great option. And so yeah, but just cruising down the road here now, it's a very nice driving truck. It really is, and everything in here is nice. You know, like this shifter is a perfect place to rest your hand. You got, you know, your elbow on this armrest. Everything just set up perfectly for great, just cruising, relaxed kind of driving. And it's a very nice truck to drive. So anyway, I'm going to have this truck for an entire week. So I'm going to drive it around all week, and I'll come back and give you my updated impressions of what it's like to have one of these for a week. Alright, so I've been driving the Colorado around for almost a week now, and I gotta say, it's really grown on me. It's really a very, very nice truck. I've never really been a truck guy. I like driving fast in a straight line, and I like corner carving and fast cars. So a truck doesn't really fit my personality. But driving this around for a week, I mean, I've been moving tires in it, and I've been driving it in all kinds of weather. And it's really nice to have the versatility of a truck and its usefulness, of course. And this one, they have all kinds of cool bed configurations. You can buy all kinds of different accessories to customize the bed to fit your lifestyle. But it's a very nice thing to drive, and that's really what blows me away about it. And the interior is car-like enough that it feels at home if you're used to other Chevrolets, but then again, it also is masculine and rough enough that it still feels like a truck, and it still drives like a truck. But the steering weight is perfect. I get all kinds of compliments on the looks, and it's beefy and substantial looking and feeling, while still being small enough that it's not intimidating. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. It does this balancing act so well that, I've driven lots of other trucks. I know I haven't really reviewed any other trucks on this channel, but I've driven lots of trucks for my various jobs in the past, and I've never really enjoyed driving too many of them. I mean, with the exception of the Raptor or something, this is really the only truck that I've driven around and really enjoyed driving. It handles very well for a truck, and I'm just so impressed with it. And other random little tidbits, this stereo system is spectacular. This Bose sound system, it's only a $500 upgrade, and it's worth every penny in my opinion. It sounds spectacular. I really love the way it sounds. And in addition to that, other cool things, the backup camera is, at night, it's one of the best backup cameras. You can see everything super clear. It's almost like it has night vision. It's the best backup camera at night that I've ever used. Other random things, it has an excellent turning radius, so making U-turns and things like that, it does really, really well, actually. I was blown away at how easy it is to turn around in this thing. Being a truck, I would have figured it would have been hard, but it's very nice. And I mean, everyone that I've showed it to loves it. They're all very impressed by it. Like I said, everyone gives me compliments on the looks. Every single person that's seen it says, wow, that's a good looking truck. And it's just a very likable thing, this. And I mean, it's not perfect, I will say. One of the first things that I noticed are these seats are, on the firm side. They're now driving around in it for a week. The seats aren't so firm that it's like a pain in the butt. It's not comfortable. They are comfortable, and they're just on the firmer side. Some people will appreciate that. Other people would probably like a softer seat. For those that want a more luxurious mid-sized truck, you can get the GMC Canyon, which is the more luxurious version of this truck, and you'll have all the luxury features you want. But even on the Colorado, there's all kinds of great options for tech features and safety features, and this one as tested is $36,000, so you can really load them up if you want. But at the same time, they start at $20,000, and it's a great value for a work truck. You want something bare bones, you still have a lot of great standard features, and it's a great truck for everybody. So this really will fit just about every type of personality and every type of buyer. Two other small critiques that I can give about this truck. The miles per gallon, again, it's a truck, so you should be prepared for less than spectacular fuel economy. I was averaging about a little over 18 miles per gallon throughout my week of driving it here, which is very respectable for a truck, though, I must say. And it's like I said, you have a V6. It's 305 horsepower and 269 pounds-feet of torque, and that's the only other thing I can really critique this truck on, is the torque. I wish there was a little bit more of it, and maybe it's just because I have a heavy foot, but this isn't super light, but it's not super heavy either. And I just feel like a little bit more torque would help to give it a little bit more power whenever you're merging onto the highway and things like that. But the torque figure is something that will be fixed at the end of this year. For the 2016 model year, Chevrolet is going to be introducing a diesel engine, which is almost certainly going to have much more torque than this V6 does, and should also be better on gas for those that are curious about a better fuel economy out of the Colorado. So the diesel version will be coming out very soon. Will fix most of the complaints that I have, and like I said, you want more luxurious seats, get the Canyon with a nicer leather interior. But overall, like I said, this is so nice, and I've really, really enjoyed driving around for a week, which, I mean, being a truck, I wasn't sure really going into this review how I would feel, but it has really won me over. And like I said, I could really see myself living with one of these. It's just a really good truck. So yeah, huge thanks once again to Chevrolet for providing me with this very nice press car to review for you guys, and let me know your thoughts on the Chevrolet Colorado, and I'd definitely like to hear your thoughts on it as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care.